Hi guys, so I feel like for today's video, I'm definitely gonna get a lot of grown men coming at me. So I just want to say first and foremost, even though I don't know what foremost means, if you don't agree with my video, just know that this is my opinion. And if you're gonna try to argue with me or you're gonna type in the comments about how you disagree and why, I'm most likely not gonna reply because I don't really want to argue with people on YouTube anymore, just because people won't even listen to me anyways. And also it's just annoying and it's a waste of time. And like I said, most of them are grown adults and I don't want to waste my time arguing with grown adults as a 15-year-old. And also I just don't want to be starting things because of the incident that happened before. Speaking of the incident, if you get so angry that you go out of your way to join my Discord server to try to argue with me or try to get into a voice call with me, I'm just gonna immediately ban you because that's not happening. Because I'm not gonna let what happened before happen again because that was actually fucking crazy. I just really wanted to get that out there because like I said, I know this video might make some people angry and don't expect me to argue with you because I really don't fucking care what you think. I'll end that off by saying it's your opinion and it's not up for debate. So one faithful day I was doing a poopy on the toilet and Angel texted me on Discord and was like, oh, you should do a video about Satanism or something. And obviously I wanted to talk about what Satanism actually was versus what most people think it actually is. So I looked on YouTube for any recent videos and I couldn't find any. So then I looked for TikToks and then I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna do this later. And then I asked my friend Icarus to help me find TikToks and they actually did. They're from 2023, some of them are, but I don't really care because that's still kind of recent. So this is the first one. This doesn't even really make sense because Satanists don't really believe in Satan, so I don't think they'd really be thinking this in the first place. And I found this from BBC, which I don't really think is that much of a reliable resource because I don't really like news outlets, but they interviewed some members of the Church of Satan and they said that most Satanists actually don't even believe in hell. I don't think they would even have to worry about going there. I think that's all I want to say for that one because it's just kind of a stupid video. All of these are, but here's the next one. There are times when I will leave. I'm sorry, this is just so fucking corny. Like, obviously, if you're happy, I don't really care because I'm happy with what I believe. But again, this just goes to show you're extremely uneducated because, as I said before, Satanists don't even worship Satan. So, okay. Another thing is she's unnecessarily painting out Satanism to be this negative thing before she turned to Christianity, which she thinks is a positive thing, when really for some people, Satanism was a positive thing that helped them realize. Sorry, I kind of had a really hard time wording that, but Icarus kind of helped me, so I think you understand what I meant, at least a little bit. I also just can't get over how fucking corny this video is. Like, the way she just, like, rises her head up, like, like, what are you doing? I know I keep making this point, but my whole video is basically just about how Christians are uneducated, and this is something they're really uneducated on. Satanists don't even believe in Satan, so they don't even think this in the first place. And also, if they did, they would most likely be at least a little bit educated or starting to educate themselves on what the religion they want to believe in really is, so they probably wouldn't even think this. So, in short, nobody fucking thinks that, and if you do, you're fucking stupid. Get it to my mind. Policemen swear to God, love sleeping from the judge. I know my friends and I would. Okay, I didn't look through this account completely because I didn't really want to, but I'm just gonna assume it's one of those K-pop accounts just from this one video. Sorry if I'm wrong, because then I look like a fucking idiot, but a Christian K-pop account is just like a crazy thing to think of. Like, because most of those K-pop TikTok accounts are always talking about some sort of Twitter discourse, but just imagine, like, there's just one that's just talking about, like, Bible discourse. But I'm gonna go over some of these. I'm not gonna go over the lying one and the laughing one because, like, I guess I get it. It's part of your belief. But so, of course, we've all heard this. Abortion. A forgivable sin, but still a sin. This is a really sad situation to imagine yourself in, but imagine you're a woman with health problems and you could die from giving birth. I think the last thing you should be caring about is whether or not abortion is a sin. I don't care if you think it's like selfish. I'm sorry, but many other people could be making babies right now and you could literally give birth to like a serial killer. So just think about it that way. And obviously, I'm not gonna start talking about all the reasons why people are against abortion because that would take too fucking long and that's not what this video was specifically about. But a lot of people obviously say that abortion is murder. I obviously disagree with that, but I'm not gonna get into it because I didn't plan on doing that for this video because that's not really what I wanted to talk about. I'm just gonna say if you don't want that baby, do whatever you want and literally live your life, because this is sad, but sometimes having children can ruin a woman's life physically and mentally and financially. So I think you should try to be a little bit more sympathetic and understand why women might want to do this. And not only is it women, I don't know if I already mentioned this, but it's children too. Do you really think it's okay for children to be giving birth? Like, are you serious? And if you don't believe me, which is fucking crazy if you don't, a child under 5 years old became pregnant and then gave birth to that child at 5 years old, but luckily she lived, which again is really fortunate but really surprising, especially in 1933 when they didn't really have good medical care. But of course, the point I'm trying to prove by showing you this is that it's obviously not okay for children at 5 years old to be getting pregnant, and I shouldn't have to explain why. If you think I do, then I think you need to be put in jail because I'm pretty sure it goes without saying why that's not okay. But if that isn't enough to prove my point, a 12-year-old girl struggled for 3 days in labor and then died during childbirth. Just let that sink in, because even after hearing that, do you really think you should ban abortions? Because what if it's cases like these? The whole point that you're against abortion is because you don't want people killing children, but giving birth is killing children. And it says that her baby died anyway. I don't know, this is just so crazy, and I feel so bad for that girl. I don't know how people have no sympathy, and they still think that children should give birth just because abortion is a sin to them. And again, I know this is kind of a weak point, but it doesn't really matter because I think there's enough people in the world getting pregnant and giving birth. And honestly, there's like 8 billion people in the world. Why do we need more? I think we're good for now. Okay, sorry I kind of yapped about that, but the next thing is saying that doing yoga is a sin. Oh my god. This took me less than a second to look up. Yoga was initially a Hindu practice that originated in India. What are we doing? Another thing that just goes to show how uneducated Christians are. And if you thought that was bad, check this out. Watching horror movies lets demonic spirits have a chance on making you evil and make you have more fear. Oh my god. I can't do it, bro. Oh, hell no, Jigsaw, your ass tweaking. I can't even say anything about this, because like, what? Like, what are you saying? That's the first time I've ever heard someone say that before. Let me know if any of you guys in the comment section think that too, because that's actually crazy to me. I've never been, like, enlightened of this information before. Okay, for this next one, you might want to pause to read, but if you don't want to, I completely understand. This audio is just a bunch of guys singing opera, so, ha 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 ha. Ha ha ha. Everybody must come for fighting. Ah. So this obviously goes for the first two things that are talking about, oh, the people that killed your god. You guys already know the point that I made 5 times already. No one sees him as a god. And I was actually waiting to say this until this part of the video, but actually Satanists kind of worship themselves, not Satan. Sorry to break it to you. And for that part, it's just like, okay, thanks for showing me that. I don't really give a fuck. And then there's this thing on one of the pictures talking about how Satanism was made to just annoy Christians. And of course, I did a lot of research for this video, obviously, because I wanted to know what I was talking about. And I looked up why Satanism was made, and nothing even really came up. If anyone knows if this is true, like they actually know when they're not just biased, like let me know, because I'm genuinely curious on where this person got this from. But this is where I'm gonna start yapping again. And before I start this, I just want to say, I think this is the part where where people might get really upset at me, but if you get upset, it's your opinion, but also keep in mind that this is my opinion. If this is the real reason why Satanism was made, I honestly don't really think there's anything wrong with that. And I know a lot of people hate this saying, but the way I see it is you can't oppress the oppressor. Christians are basically the majority, and Christianity is seen as what's normal or the default religion, if that makes sense. And even though they say God is the only judge, they're probably the most judgmental people I've ever met in my life. A lot of Christians shit on other religions because they think they're wrong or misguided, even though people are allowed to believe whatever they want to believe in. Not only that, but the Bible contradicts itself sometimes, and sometimes doesn't even make sense. For example, God created everyone equally, yet somehow men are still superior over women. And you guys probably learned about what this was, but the Crusades, I'm not a history teacher, so I'm not really gonna try to explain what that was, but if you didn't learn about it in school, you should probably look it up because it's really fucking messed up. But basically, I think you get what I'm trying to say. If this is the reason why Satanism was created, it makes sense why they would do that. And then, of course, I'm gonna talk about that last slide. Argument invalid. Convert to orthodoxy. Really got him this time, didn't we, boys? I'm sorry, and I know you're gonna hate to hear this, but religious freedom is actually a thing. I'm sorry, and you're gonna hate this too, but not everyone is gonna be Christian. Because believe it or not everyone on earth is the same. I know you want them to be, but listen, bro. Like, that's not how it works. You need to wake up. If someone is comfortable and happy believing whatever religion they believe in, that's not a fucking problem, and you need to leave them alone and mind your own business. Because quite literally, who are you to tell someone to fucking convert? Like, you need to get in line. What the fuck? And not to bring the LGBTQ stuff into this, I'm just using it as an example, but it's a lot of Christians that say, oh my god, they're forcing the gay virus on us. But you say shit like this, convert to orthodoxy. Like, is that not trying to force someone into a certain belief? Like, why are you being a hypocrite now? And that's all the videos I had, but I still have one more thing I really want to talk about, which is a lot of people in general seem to think that, like, Satanists hurt and kill animals for fun, or like they sacrifice them, or they hurt and kill children for fun and sacrifice them. But both of these things literally go against the 11 satanic rules of the earth. And when I cropped this, I kept in 1967 just to show you guys that this shit isn't new. This has been around for years. And I don't know if this will make sense to you guys, but something I don't really get is why doesn't the 10 commandments have commandments against hurting and killing animals or harming little children? Like, I don't really know how to explain deeper with that, but hopefully you understand like what I'm trying to say with that. But finally, this is the end of the video. This was really fun to talk about. I don't know if people stay till the end to listen to everything I say, but I just have a feeling people might do this. Please don't pray for me. Just know that I'm happy with what I'm believing now, and I don't need you to pray for me. I'm saying that because a lot of people will do that under videos of Satanists just doing whatever. So, and if you're gonna make an argument, please make sure that you watched my entire video because I've been noticing people don't fucking do that. So please don't make yourself look like an idiot. And of course, as always, if you're interested and you want to join my little community, you can go in the description and join my little Discord server because I love my little community. Okay, that's it, guys. Bye. Thank you for watching.
Oh, it's a video.